Alrighty, welcome back, guys, to a new week. This is week number 4 out of 52 in the series part. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys had a great week, great business success with family, every single thing, friends and family. I've had a great week. To be honest, it's been a little bit slow, and that's partially because of me. I've had a lot of work in terms of client work and fulfillment that I've had to do, which has then affected my time towards doing outreach and cold calls. So I've not been that consistent. I'm just honest with you guys. I did build out, I know last week, 2 weeks ago, I mentioned I'm going to build out a cold SMS. I've also onboarded the cold caller, which I talked about 2 weeks ago, I believe. And before the cold SMS, that is completely set. It is built out. It is currently running. I've just been a little bit lazy when it comes to calling now, just being honest here, but I have to get back to that, and that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. So I'm just going to call up all the leads, book them in the next few days. A little update for you guys on Thursday this week, or a little bit later this week. I am actually traveling, so I will be away for that weekend. But I will try my best to post a video on next Sunday. If not, it will probably be on like Tuesday, by latest, because it will be a little bit of a different week. It's not going to be the same exact schedule that I usually follow, so it's probably going to be a little bit harder. But I will make sure to post something up at least. That way I still am accountable for those 52 videos. But today is not going to be that much of a long video. It's going to be a little shorter than the usual ones. Mostly because I have still not figured out, I've still honestly, apologies for it, but I've still not figured out how to kind of find a way to go ahead and share my screen by the same time I can like film myself. I definitely need to make sure how I can do that, and then I can start focusing on doing that as well. But for now, it's just going to be like this, and ideally, probably not next week either. But I promise you guys, the week after that, I'm going to make sure that that is something I have in place. That way, every single video, I'm able to actually show over like key metrics, like probably not scripts. I'm not going to share that, doesn't really matter. But like results, like metrics, all of that kind of stuff. That way I can walk you through, guys, through how that works and like the emails and kind of all of that stuff in the back end, which is also very, very cool. It's very necessarily like good information to kind of have as well. So I definitely want to start sharing that as well and kind of have like a habit tracker, which I go through as well to keep myself accountable more. But other than that, let's go ahead and talk about like the most key important things I've learned this week and I want to pick up on and talk about. First one being one of the most important things that maybe a lot of you guys don't do. A lot of you guys might do it, but maybe are not that consistent with it, but it's definitely something you guys have to do. Mm, And what that is essentially is planning your day. Planning your day from every single individual minute from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep. It's so important. I literally cannot like express more like importance towards it because it is probably the most important thing you're going to do. And what I recommend doing is every single night, right before you go to sleep, because by that time, like if you're running an agency like me, you'd already know what type of meetings you have tomorrow. You already know every single thing about your day tomorrow, so it makes it a lot easier. Plus, once you wake up, you can just see exactly what's on your schedule. And if you do it the day you wake up, it's a little bit different because then you have to spend 10, 15, 20 minutes figuring out exactly what you're going to do. I mean, it's still the same thing. I mean, if you can wake up a little bit earlier, it probably still works, but I recommend it. It's a lot better to just do it the night before you sleep. What you want to do is you want to literally, that's the thing. I would love to show you guys right now, but I'm going to promise you, I'm going to show you guys exactly how I set it up, the template and stuff like that. That way you guys can do it yourself. But pretty simple. It's simple Google Doc sheet where you put in exactly the date, and then you put in specific time frames, and then what you're going to do. And then you're going to put in like, let's say, wake up at like 10 a.m. and then wake up 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., like get ready, eat breakfast, something like that. And then 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. gym, for example, and then 1 p.m. to this. And then you keep like logging your day. And then another important thing is logging times you are going to take a break. And these times are going to be times where you're able to use your phone, speak with your family. Ideally, not use your phone as in like social media, but let's say you want to talk to some friends, send them some messages, back and forth, something like that. If you want to talk with if you're going to talk with your family, go to your family, sit with them. Ideally, that's the best thing. Or just sit alone for like some time, like pray, whatever it is. Like if you're a Muslim, just like me, you can pray, or you can take some time off. When it comes to prayer, you should definitely not do it only when you have breaks. You should do it when the time comes in. But other than that, like you can just sit down, just think, like take a little bit of a break, breathe, watch, like look outside your window, kind of take some fresh air, go for a walk. Like it's literally whatever you want to do, but plan it out. Because a thing I noticed like early on when I started doing this and when I planned and it didn't really work out that well is because I didn't plan out when I was going to take breaks. So what happened is that I was like working, and then a time came and I was like, shit, I got to take a break now. But then I didn't know if I really should take a break because I hadn't taken a break and all that stuff. So what ended up happening is I just ended up like taking out my phone and I spent a lot of time just scrolling and using my phone. Like at that time I used social media, so it was a bigger problem. That wouldn't necessarily be a problem now, but it's still something you want to avoid, especially if you're starting out. One, like I know deleting social media and stuff like that, it's a little bit hard. You have that FOMO, but get it over with, just delete it. And then you can actually start doing this, but definitely do that. And also keep your phone like outside of your room. Like let's say you're working here, you have, like I have my bed there. I'm working here. This is like my workstation. I ideally don't want my phone here. I have it as a webcam, so I just have it on top of my computer. I've kind of come to that point where I'm not that addicted to my phone anymore, where I don't have to use it and check it out all times. So it just stays there, and I literally don't notice that it's just like a webcam. But ideally, you want to just have it out of your room, like keep it in a different room. Just keep it there and just keep working. And then once you have your break, go there, grab your phone, go up, whatever you want to do, like spend time with your family again, as mentioned, but do it only when you've set off breaks. That is very important to like actually set off breaks, set off times where you're going to eat, set off times where you're going to have a little bit of a break. And then in the meet, like once you're not on your break, once you're not eating, whatever it is, do the work. Like literally just do it, finish it. Because one very important thing that you need to keep in mind is that if you win the day, you're going to win the week. And if you win the week, you're going to win the months. And if you win the months, you're going to win the year. And if you do that over a prolonged period of time, you're gonna reach success. It's inevitable. Like if you, like literally you watching this video right now, even myself, if I'm just talking to myself here, just literally focus on just planning out the day, putting in the most important tasks, getting those done every single day, following my day, because genuinely both you and I know, like if you plan your day based on exactly how you would want to do it and how you need to do it, and if you actually did those things, you would progress. Yes or no? Yes, you would definitely, and you know this. That is why plan your day, follow it, be disciplined, do every single thing it says there. Like, never say you're going to do something and don't do it. Like, literally do it. Whatever it takes, do it. Sleep at that exact time, wake up at that exact time, work at that exact time, take a break at that exact time, scroll social media at that exact time. It doesn't matter. Like, it's healthy, right? You want to plan it out. Do it, keep doing it, and then once like the day is finished, you can look back and you can be proud of yourself because you've done exactly what you need to do in a very small little comparison in comparison to what you have to do the whole year, right? Because if you get better every single day, it's just like the Atomic Habits book, right? Let's just get 1% better every single day. Get better every single day, improve, because if you win one day, you win Monday, you win Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Boom. You won the week. You do that again and again and again and again. And you keep winning these months, you keep winning these years, and you're going to reach success. It's literally inevitable. Work out every single day, do what you got to do every single day, and you're going to be there. It's guaranteed, literally. But other than that, one last important thing I'm going to leave you guys with here is so that is one main important thing. I haven't talked about. I should probably thought about it like a lot earlier, but I just thought about it now, and I thought it's very important to kind of focus on that. Another thing is, especially in your early years of business, whatever business you're doing, it could be e-com, dropshipping, Amazon, FBA, whatever it is, right? 2 seconds. Mm, you want to make sure that at least the first year or so, focus on learning and not earning. Focus on that. Focus on learning and not earning, because what makes you valuable in the market is based on what you can provide people in a specific market. So let's say you're an agency. It's like I know I'm always talking about agencies because that's the business I have, so it makes more sense for me. But let's say you have an agency. To operate an agency, you have to work with a market, right? You have to find a specific market, a specific niche. That niche, that specific market would only pay you if you can solve one of their problems or if you can make their life easier, aka solve a problem, right? Now, you can only solve a problem if you know how to solve that problem, which is skill. And you can only get paid if you do that skill correctly. Because everybody can say, listen, I can get you XXX and I can get you this, and I can do this copywriting for you, for example. Everybody can say it, but who can actually do it are the people that are going to be paid, right? Yes, you can get paid, but then you're going to end up having to refund them because you didn't know how to deliver. So focus on learning because literally one thing I did wrong, and I like if I could go back, like there's just not a lot of things. I'm happy I didn't do a lot of mistakes earlier on, but if I were to go back, I would literally offer like a not exactly a free trial, but I would do like a pay per appointment model, like literally because I start off fully with retainers, and I ended up like waiting. Like I was a little bit different. I got my first two clients after 2 months in the same month. So it was kind of okay. It's not something I really regret, but if I'd spent those first initial 2 months getting in, let's say like six, seven clients, I would have been a lot better at service delivery, right? So that's something you want to focus on because service delivery, delivering your service and doing that skill, that one thing in as which you're exchanging value in order to get money from is the most important thing because that's how you're going to get money, right? It doesn't matter. You can get tens of thousands of clients, but they're all going to leave. You're going to have a lot of churn if you don't know how to deliver. So literally just focus on it. We're going to pay per appointment deal. If you have a lead gen agency, like say, listen, you guys do the ads. I'm only going to get paid once I book you guys a deal, once you guys close a deal, whatever it is, whatever industry you're working with. But do that and don't have the expectation of making money. The only reason you have this expectation of making money is because you're seeing these 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, 20 years old, 20 years, 20-year-olds on the internet making a crazy amount of money. Now, yes, I'm not a hater. I'm not telling you that they're not making that. It might be one of 10,000, but like most people aren't like that. And then at the same way, compare yourself to a doctor. Like it literally takes a doctor like 10, 11 years, like throughout study, throughout like medical practice, and then throughout like specializing to even make like 10 grand a month. 10 years, close to 10 years. Correct me if I'm wrong, but at least like 8, 9 years. And you're here like getting mad if you don't get it in 6 months. Come on, bro. Put your perspective a little bit down. I'm not saying it's gonna take you friggin' 6 years or 7 years. It's not gonna do that. It's maximum gonna take you like 2 years of actually just like locking in. Because imagine you spend like, I'm just saying the first 6 months, just like not expecting to earn money. But let's say you spent the first year not expecting to earn money, but you've had the experience of working with, like, let's say 50 people in that specific niche and delivering service. One, your service delivery is going to be absolutely amazing. You're going to have crazy testimonials. Yes, you haven't made that a lot of money, but you know exactly how to get those clients, how to attract them, and how to actually deliver, which means that you can actually start doing a lot of the different things that people can't do when they're starting out, if that makes sense. So that once you actually get a client that is paying, you're going to have a lot more confidence. Like you're going to be able to pitch these two, three, $4,000 a month retainers, and you're going to be valuable enough to actually pitch them. Because once you pitch them, that you're like, listen, it's 2.5 grand, 3 grand. Boom, you got the deal. You actually know how to deliver, and then it starts getting in a loop. And then maybe that next year, the whole like by the end of the year, you're at like freaking 60K a month because you know how to deliver, because you knew how to keep those clients, which is the number one problem within agencies in this day. So it's not selling, it's not getting those into your meet, like getting them into your calendar is the easiest thing. Then it goes down to selling to them, which is also a little bit easier once you get used to it, once you get better at sales. But then after that, it's keeping them, which is the number one problem that agencies face. They're not able to keep them because they can't deliver on their promise. Everybody's overpromising. So if you can be the different one, focusing on learning instead of earning, which is initially what I'm trying to focus a little bit more on now that I obviously have clients, but I'm still focusing on that. Focus on that and it will literally pay you dividends like for the years to come. Like literally, even if you don't want to do this your whole life, like it will create a business worth thousands of dollars. Imagine, look at it like this, okay? Mhm. Think of it like this. The reason some people skate to, let's say, 20K a month in like 6 months is yes, like 2K a month retainer, 10 clients, boom, right? You got it, right? But then they're not able to deliver. So they might make like 20K a month for like 1, 2, 3 months, and then they have to churn those clients and then they have to get them again. So it's very inconsistent. It's not a thing like if you guys think that those people make 20K a month every single month, it's a lot of them that don't really do that, but a lot of them obviously do as well. So it's very different. Um, but again, like if you just focus on just working, learning, getting better over a longer period of time, you will get better. One, two, you will have such value in the market that you will be paid a lot for it. And if you can, let's say, for example, you're working with roofers, right? And you're able to get a roofer. Let's say a roofing deal is worth 1 grand, and you're able to get a roofer like 3 deals a month, and you're charging him 1 grand a month, right? That means you're getting him 2 grand profit every single month. Why would he ever leave you? Think about it. Would he ever leave you? Like, who's that stupid? Unless he actually doesn't have enough workload to actually work with those people. But generally, they're going to have people that can even do the work for them. So why would he ever leave you? He won't. That roofer will never leave you as long as you're keep like getting money into his pocket, even if it's $500. He's not going to leave you because that same $500 is the same $500 that he didn't have prior to you working with him. So just focus on the service delivery, focus on learning, getting better, client acquisition, sales, service delivery, definitely. And if you're focusing on just doing free trials or like appointment, pay per appointment deals, it's going to be a lot easier, especially on the acquisition side of things and then on the sales things. And then on the service delivery, it's going to be a lot harder, but you're not going to have that pressure and you're going to be actually able to deliver. So put yourself out of that box where you're kind of, sorry to say, but it's true, like where you have this ego, right? Where you're this, I don't know the right word for it, but where you're like very, where you have this ego in you, like I can do it, like I need to do it, I need to get paid, like literally, like bro, like just take it off yourself, take off that high, you're nobody, like you haven't done this before, you have no experience, like who are you to say that you can pay me like 2 grand? I'm talking to myself here as well, like, it's the same thing, like who are you? Just focus on just learning, 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 and then focus on learning. That's what comes later, and that's what's gonna differentiate you and the other guy that is running an agency in the same niche from success, whatever business it is. Focus on learning, then focus on earning. All right, guys, that is all for the video for today. I hope you guys liked it. If you guys have any questions, anything I would like you guys would like for me to cover in like future videos, let me know in the comments. Other than that, I wish you guys a great week ahead. Hope you guys have a amazing week, great success within the business, with family, friends, every single thing. And we'll go ahead and hopefully talk next week, if not on Tuesday. Alrighty, guys.